Next.
Can I just say that I find this whole blasphemous process disgusting?
And why are you sitting there watching it?
Because I want to hate it properly.
Don't you have anything better to do?
Welcome everybody to the Brother Speak podcast, the actual podcast. This is Brother Speak. If you're new to the channel, we're streaming live not only on YouTube but also on Facebook. So if you want to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, please do so. If you want to follow me on Facebook, it's just Bro Speak. I'm over there. You want to follow me on Instagram, it's Bro Speak. Follow me there. Follow me also on Twitter, Bro Speak. So we're everywhere. So I played that little clip earlier, and okay, let me stop sharing this. So I played that clip earlier because there's been a lot of talking about, one about separation. We want to separate ourselves from these bad elements. Black men talking about I want to separate myself from Pookie and Ray Ray and I want to separate myself from black women. And then you got the black women on the other side. They talking about I'm gonna separate myself from these black men and I'm gonna separate myself. We gonna divest. And I'm just looking around. I'm like, oh yeah, for real? Or we playing? Okay, are we really for real? For real? Are we playing? Because I see a lot of playing. I see a lot of playing. Now, let me be clear. I'm all for separation. I'm all for divestment. Trust me. I'm one of the few people who, on the black men side, is going to say, hey, by all means, go divest. I'm not begging no women to stay with a group of men they don't want to be with. That's not my thing. I don't do that. So last night, there was a conversation about Cynthia G and her comments, and then even a comment that she made months and months ago is still railing. It's still being talked about to this day. And my comment has always been, I think the comment was stupid. I think it was very stupid for various reasons. But the one thing that I think why it's so stupid is because you're not taking it to that next level. See, you want to abort black male babies, but the only way you're going to truly keep black male baby from being born, you just have to stop being with black men. Actually, if you want to be honest, you got to take it even a step further and just not have sex at all. That's the true way you're not going to have no children, because according to some people, the race of the gender of the baby is determined by the black woman. So you can start you're going to have a black boy, even if you with a white man, an Asian man, or whatever. You still are going to have a black male baby. So you're going to abort that baby? I'm pretty sure that Asian man ain't going to be real cool about you just going over there and aborting his baby. Or that white man saying aborting his baby. Or the lab man, you get the point. I don't think they're gonna be real cool with that. So that kind of leaves you where you're gonna have to have this baby whether you want it or not. Not to mention the health risk that's coming with that. See, I don't think people really think this through. But then my thing, if you really want to separate and divest from black men, you got to take a step further. Just don't deal with black men, period. Don't talk to them. Don't get on live streams. Don't interact with them anywhere. Now, somebody was saying, well, you talking about, I know you're personal, but you talking about business? I said business too. Oh, you just being silly. You gotta work with him. So I'm supposed to quit my job? Hey, you might have to. See, this thing about that vesting and separation, it comes with sacrifice. Well, I like getting on Max's channel. I like getting on Platinum's channel. I like even getting on RBR just to troll. I said, but that's not divesting. That's not separating. You're still interacting with them. See, this is what people do. Let me show you. Let me play that clip again that I played earlier. This is what people want to do. Go back to it. Share that screen. Make sure. This is what the women want to do.
Next.
Can I just say that I find this whole blasphemous process disgusting?
Why are you sitting there watching it?
Because I want to hate it properly.
Don't you have anything better to do?
See, that's what the women be doing. That's what the women on. That's why they running over the RBR. They running to Kevin Samuels. They run into the Black Manosphere. They run even the Minister Jab and all them. It's because they I gotta hate it. I hate it, but I can't hate it and not watch it. I gotta go over there so I can tell them that I hate it. I hate black men, but I got to let them know I hate them. Where they do that at? Oh, wait, I forgot. Black YouTube. Not my bad. I'm sorry. This. So we talking about the separation. We're talking about divesting, but you still want to interact with them. Some of these women talk about they hate how these dudes talk about how the Black Manosphere, the Kevin Samuels, the RBRs calling them B and hoes. But they want to go to other places that do the same thing. They call them B's and hoes, but they going over there. The hee and ha with dudes that call them B's and hoes. Trying to argue with people who don't think much of you. Or you going to Kevin Samuels try to argue with him about your importance. Where they do that at? You even had a girl fighting Tommy because Tommy Sotomayor talk about women that wearing weaves and strags and all that kind of crazy shit. You want to go fight the dude over that crazy shit. Why? You care too much. Let's keep it a buck. You care too damn much. If you truly see, and I hate to say that a lot of women do enable a lot of the actions of these dudes. Even in real life, when you talking about, oh well, we're gonna abort black male babies, but if you're still fucking black dudes, you're not solving the problem because some of these dudes don't care if you abort their babies. Some of these dudes, you're doing them a service. They're like, thank you, abort my black male baby, my baby. I ain't want to pay child support no way. The fuck? Like, please abort that baby. I ain't want to have a baby with you no way. But yet, you still want to fuck black dick? How does that work? That's what I'm saying. You're letting your desire get the better of you. You want to go over there and troll. You want to go over there and, argue with them. Or you want to kiki ha ha with the dudes calling them B and O's. And then you want to do it. So it's like, it's hypocrisy at that point. You're not really serious. One day, I people were so mad at Ramil and Mr. Palmer making that video, the pump and dump video. All people they still live it. How dare black men be? How dare they say stuff like that? And I'm like, have you been listening to rap for the past going on 20 years? Have you been listening to rap for the past 5 years? Have you been listening to rap for the last year? The Pump and Dump video was tame compared to what these rappers been talking about. Talking about women. Are we serious right now? I'm like, pick your rapper. More often than not, he has said something similar to what Ramil and Mr. Palmer said. But you mad at these people? But yeah, you probably listened to one of your favorite rap songs. It's probably said something similar to what they said. I don't know. I don't know where we been. I thought the Pump and Dump video was pretty tame compared to what I've heard. It's like it was just direct to the point. All the things they said in that video, I've heard in rap songs. I mean, can we name the rappers? Do we have to name them? But then here, this is where it's selective. I don't like that they said it. But it's okay. He's a famous rapper who can say that. And I'll dance to it because it's groovy. But these two? Oh no, I can't. I don't. I want to beat them up. Why black men ain't beating them up? But you're listening to rap songs that do the same thing. Denigrate you, over sexualize you, all that stuff. You've been listening to that for years. All of a sudden, these dudes do it, and now you mad? That's selective outrage. You just mad at them. Let's be honest. You just mad at them. How dare they make a song like this? But yet, you're not mad at these other rappers. I mean, let's be honest. If it was true, you really felt that way, you should stop listening to rap a long time ago. But I know a lot of you haven't. You're still listening to it. I mean, it's like I said, selective outrage. And then even with that, Still going on with this dude channel. See, they're doing this again. Hold on. Let me play it again. Let's go back.
Next.
Can I just say that I find this whole blasphemous process disgusting?
Why are you sitting there watching it?
Because I want to hate it properly.
Don't you have anything better to do?
and guess what? A lot of them don't. They don't really got anything better to do. They gotta hate on it properly. But here's the thing, and like I discussed last night on Max's panel on the Ebony Star Network, and shouts out to the Ebony Star Network. Shouts out to Max, Dame. Shouts out to Rozzy, Hassan Burton, Verbal, Charlene. All of them were there. Even Goofy RBR. Shout out to him for showing why I can see why you want to separate and divest. I'm going to get to them in a minute. I'm going to get to them. But I got to get on these women for a bit. When I said that if you truly want to divest, you got to divest completely. That means leaving black men alone entirely. All of a sudden, what about our job? What about this? I'm like, you ain't got to talk to people at the job. You ain't got to talk to them at the job. Where they do that at? Other than, hey, you don't have to. You don't have to go to these channels. You ain't got to do none of that. But see, here's where the sacrifice has to come in. You have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. That means even Max's channel, Taz's channel, a lot of these other channels, Platinum's channel, DJ Kuda's channel, Grandmaster Troll's channel, all these, Honest Truth channel, all these different channels that you've been going on, you got to sacrifice. You got to get rid of it. All of it. Everything. Are you willing to do that? A lot of you are not. Now, look, I'm not saying you got to, but when you don't do that, you're for play. You playing. If you still trying to bang black men, you playing. You're not for real. You're not for real with it. Like I said, if it was me and I was on that path, I was on my path to be a MGTOW. I was on my path to be SYSBM. And if I would have got with a white woman or an Asian woman, you think I'd be talking to y'all? No. I wouldn't even have no conversation with a black woman. Period. That's how much, if I really hated black women like I hate black men, I would have no interaction with you. I wouldn't be on no panels. I wouldn't be do nothing. I wouldn't even talk to you at work unless it's absolutely necessary. That's how much that it wouldn't even matter what happened to him. I would not even speak on anything that happened with black men. If it was me, I wouldn't speak on it. I certainly wouldn't be doing this. Let me play it again. Hold on. Gotta get back to it.
Next.
Can I just say that I find this whole blasphemous process disgusting?
Why are you sitting there watching it?
Because I want to hate it properly.
Don't you have anything better to do?
That's me. That's not me. I'd be the opposite. Hey, the Cynthia G said this about aborting Black man babies. Who? Verbal said man like bitches. Who? I'm be like, who? Who? Who these people? Who that? I don't know them. Oh, Tasha K said this about she did this and who? Paris Malone. Who? That would be me my whole time. Who? Who these people? I don't know them. Some of these women, I'd be like, I'd really be saying, who? Who are these people? I don't know them. That's how you gotta be. You can't be going around trolling and doing all that kind of. It's goofy. That means you care too much. You care. You care. You're not really serious about this separation. You're not serious about this divestment. The best term I get from divestment was from Love Wisdom, and shouts out to her, and she said it very well. I mean, a lot of these women are really not for divesting. A lot of these women really not for divesting. But I'll get back to that. I'm gonna put that I'm gonna shelf that for right now. Let's talk about these dudes. Because as bad as the women are, you dudes are even worse. You let Kevin Samuels and Obsidian and Edward and Game Chaser fool you into this whole Pookie and Ray Ray educated. Like, well, y'all always been having the issue with Pookie and Ray Ray and other dudes who can get women to do whatever, drop babies everywhere. You've been mad at these dudes for a minute. But you let Obsidian fool y'all and into thinking that whole Nikki versus Kevin Samuels thing was really a Pookie versus Educated Lane debate again. Oh man. All right. Let me highlight this comment here. Hey, Mr. Research. I'm sorry, I didn't even see you. They were never serious. 4% white managers are filing manager certificates. Those videos are only for money. I predicted this in 2009. It's all for rent money. Yeah, a lot of it is for rent money. They. In fact, I'm gonna highlight that. It's all for play. It is for play. But let me get back to these dudes here. You let Obsidian fool y'all. That whole thing with him and Kevin was really about Kevin getting over there and letting that woman disrespect him and not really any pushback. When that's what it really should have been about. But then you and just basically Nikki disrespecting all black men, all the men that talk about the red pill, MGTOW, how these women ain't doing what they need to do. You let that got swept under the rug. That the fact that Kevin didn't push that message, that your message that you claim need to be out there in the mainstream, he didn't push it not one time. Instead, when it's really time to push it, he punked out. And that ain't the first time he punked out. He's punked out 3 times. Because when he saw a woman who have more social power than he did, he punked out. And instead of calling for what it was, you made excuses. Oh, well, it's business. I'm fine with it being business. Just be about the business. Don't claim you're trying to push this narrative about building Black marriages. But when it really time to do that, even if it means going against people, women who have more of a social status than you do, instead you won't do that, but you'll push it on your YouTube page, which I really don't think you really serious about that anyway. But let's be real, he been said it's about business, and look, he said it. But these defenders of him want to forget all that. Nah, it broken the record. No, Kevin Samuels got punked on that Nicki live stream. He been punked by Brittany Renner. He got punked by that reality show chick. He been getting punked by all these different women, and you've been making excuses. And because Nicki was dissing men, which she did, which I don't even know why anybody would take Nicki seriously, because look who she married. She didn't even marry a Pookie. She married a thug, a rapist of women. But she supposed to be empowering women. Come on now. And Cameron shouldn't even be talking to this woman. She is the type of woman you and the Black Manosphere, the MGTOW, the Red Pillars have been saying, these are the women we don't want to be around. But yet you got Kevin going on her live stream. You got Kevin having Brittany Renner, who you claim this type of baby mama has been ruining the lives of Black men. But he got her on that, going to interview her. You got him going on an interview with Tasha K, who been talking mad shit about Black men. But he going on there to get an interview. And you making an excuse. Oh, yeah, they just wanted the real niggas, the Pookies. They wanted him to go off on Nicki because they mad at Nicki. See, they're the ones running the community. We need to separate from them. But yet your hero ain't separating from him. He trying to do business. He on Future video. Y'all been talking cash shit about Future. Don't get me wrong. I talk cash shit about Future. But yeah, he is on the video. And then same with the guys. They smile when it's time to make money. They smile when it's time to make money and hold back what they normally, even when the Black males are in the white spaces. They switch up, never stay consistent. What they say normally. You right, Mr. Research. They ain't for real. All this talking about separation and we need to separate from Pookie the Ray Ray. Y'all not for real. But yet you still go on DJ Cooler's channel. You still go on Platinum's channel. You interact with these people day after day after day. Any chance you get, you bring up Pookie and Ray Ray. I would the same like I said with the women, I say with the dude. If I was really divested I wouldn't be nowhere near Pookie. I wouldn't interact with him. I wouldn't talk to him. I was on that path. But again, in my line of work, I don't have no choice but to talk to Pookie. They all around me. They had my job. But once I start talking to him, I don't have that problem with him. I'm cool with Pookies. I'm cool with Ray Ray. I'm cool with all of them. Because people are going to be who they are. But if you really going to separate, divest, then be for real. You can't be going on these people's channels. You can't be caring what they say. You can't care. But you do care. Same with these women that y'all claim y'all don't want, but yet you made Cynthia G popular. You make Nala popular. Y'all running over to that lady Anna on the It Just Me podcast trying to defend yourselves or just to argue. Hell, y'all get on other dudes like the Honest Truth trying to argue with these women and argue with him about it when the true thing should be separated. This is what y'all do. I'm gonna play it again. Let me show you what y'all do. And this is why nobody takes y'all seriously. This is y'all.
Next.
Can I just say that I find this whole blasphemous process disgusting?
Why are you sitting there watching it?
Because I want to hate it properly.
Don't you have anything better to do?
And let's be honest, they don't. They ain't got nothing better to do. They ain't got nothing better to do. You ain't got no life. You worried about what these women think. Y'all was so worried about what Cynthia G said. I thought that thing was stupid, but you ain't seen me going over there trying to argue with her about it. Man, F her. Ain't any woman that think like that. F them. They want to go where white men go. And whatever happens, happen, Captain. Especially you got to hate with black men. Guess he's SB. Guess he's as. Oh. Did you hear the breakdown? Women choose out Zero for doing business with the girl, but then telling him about the business he was doing with the girls. Yes, he's only aspires me when time to crack jokes about women. Of course it is. That's what it is. What really a lot of these dudes are saying, they talk that talk, but you still interacting with these women. Like I said before about the women. If I did not want to fuck with black women, I don't fuck with them. If I was with a Becky, you will not see me talking to black women. I would not talk to them. I would not interact with them. Hell, if anybody should have went SYSBM, MGTOW, it's me. Because you're talking to a guy who got bullied, not just by black boys, by black girls. You're talking to the guy. I had in high school, I had these group of girls that would not leave me alone because I already knew the game, how it is, how some women act towards guys, play these games that they like them, but really they don't. They trying to get something out of them or make fun of them and stuff. I already knew that game coming around. I was a big dude in high school. I was a big dude now. I'm still a big dude. So I'm already wise to how girls act. So I wasn't playing that stupid game. But these girls would not leave me alone. They wouldn't leave me alone. They bothering me. They all this stupid shit. Hey, one girl will really. this is how sick some girls be. They're willing to even kiss you just to get you to fall for them and then want to play you at the end. I'm not going for that. Because even I knew when a girl likes me and a girl don't. And it took me one day just kicking one of them. I ain't punching one. I just kicked one in the leg, and then they left me alone. And then following one, not to be like stalking them. I'm like, okay, you say you like me, I'm gonna follow you. She stopped doing that after that. See, I'm not for play. I'm not on that playing type shit. I detest that kind of playing. I detest people trying to play like they like you and being sick. I detest that shit. I detest that shit in real life. I see the fakeness in some of these people. I can't stand that shit. Some people think that I kiss ass. I don't kiss ass. I'm respectful. I'm nice to people, but I do not kiss ass. Do that fake nice shit. I don't do that shit, but I'm respectful. But getting back to this whole thing about divestment and separation, if you truly about that separation, you don't deal with them in any facet. See, it's real simple. Dealing with the single the baby mamas, all that, it's real simple. You just don't deal with them. Period. You don't put your dick in them. You don't interact with them in any facet, online, offline. But here's the secret. It requires a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice dealing with these women. You have to sacrifice that urge to want to respond to everything they say. You have to sacrifice your enjoyment. And a lot of these dudes are not willing to sacrifice it. They got to blame, shame, and explain to these women. They got to. It's just in their DNA. Not in mine. I don't have to explain shit to you. If you don't want to deal with me, no problem. You want to go with them white folks, no problem. Asian folks, no problem. But whatever happens, Captain. That's always been my thing. I'm not trying to beg you to come back. Me and Max and the Ebony Star Network got into a debate about that a long time ago. About when Cynthia G had that poll about 70% don't want to be on the black man rule. I told him, let them girls go. He's like, no, we need them in the group. No, you don't. Why you want them in a group that they told you straight up, even if the black man got on this shit, got the power, they still would not want to be under their rule. And there's a lot of women now. They don't want to be under a black man, period. Not even if the black man is on point, not even if he's got millions of dollars, it don't matter. They don't want to be under a black man's rule. They're telling you straight to your face, but these dudes still want to beg them to come back. I'm like, hell no, I ain't begging them for shit. That's why I talk about black men getting power. Okay, the top comment. They speak violence, 10 divest. 10 years later, they come back to black community, and then next thing you see them with a soft black man. Yeah. And you know what's even worse? That soft black man probably heard that woman say all that shit, and he still married her. Because a lot of these dudes ain't serious. They not serious about power. They ain't serious about shit. A lot of these dudes ain't real serious. They don't want to divest from black women. They just want to bitch and moan. But then they find a black woman who will give them anything. They'll fall right in line. They're not real serious. Like I said, me, if I don't want to deal with baby mamas, guess what? I don't deal with them. I don't talk to them. I don't even, they don't exist. There's certain ratchet black women in my world don't exist because I don't deal with them. Oh, you scared of them? No, you know what? You damn right I'm scared of them. I'm scared what they're gonna do to my life. You goddamn right I'm scared of them. So I take precautions. I take a lot of precautions when I deal with women. Why? Because I am scared what they're gonna do to my life. It's just like when I go to the prison, when I work, I still have fear to this day. And I worked there for 14 years. Any prison I go to, I have that fear because I don't know what these dudes gonna do. You never know. You're right, Mr. Research. All women go left, wolf away. Yes, but these dudes ain't willing to wolf away. These dudes ain't willing to wolf. They can't. Because in their heart of heart, they know they really want to deal with a black woman. That's why they on these channels. That's why they do these live streams. These women ain't doing this. These women ain't doing that. And then when one woman kind of agrees with them, even the ones that you can't even see, you don't even know if she's a black woman or not. Oh, they fall right in line. Shouts out to Ty City. He been talking about they shouldn't do that shit. And they want to shut him down. Ramil even said it. Pump and dump. They shouldn't take up more than 7% of their time. Now, I don't necessarily agree with the lying to women. But I do agree with they shouldn't take up so much of your time where it's just you obsessed with them. It's making you depressed. You got Kevin Sanders tricking you into being high-priced tricks. But you see, he's still interacting with the same women you say that he telling you shouldn't interact with because it's business. You're not serious. This ain't for play. Your legacy ain't for play. These women ain't playing with you. Life is serious out here. Gas prices going up. Grocery prices going up. Cost of living going up. Your rent going up. Everything going up. You're right, Mr. Research. You damn right. I know them. I know the one who's been raised by a mama, and I know the ones in that. And here's the funny part. Like I told a couple of dudes who will try to get it with me. Look, man, you're not about that life. Because I deal with you all the time in the prison, and when they talk all that talk, but when me and my crew come through, they put their hand behind their back. They ain't really with the smoke. The ones you know really about that smoke, they don't give a fuck. And usually, and 9 times out of 10, if they really about it, some officers mess with them. Some officers mess with them. Most of these dudes, I know they're not going to do anything if you don't mess with them. They trying to do, especially at the prison I'm at. They here to do that. They did all that fighting. They like, no, I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get my parole. Or if they can't get out, I'm trying to live a quiet life. I ain't trying to do nothing. Yes, boss. Yes, sir. That's what they are. Yeah, it's the young ones. They haven't matured. Yeah, they the ones that do that. Now, those are one of the most funny to me. I get a kick out of them. They don't bother me like some officers. I find them funny. They used to, but I find them funny. But this is the thing. Y'all still want to interact with these dudes. And you know they like this. But you want to talk about we're going to separate. We're going to get away from these pookies. But you got dudes in your own camp act like pookies. But you ain't separating from them. You're not divesting from them. You're not SYSBM away from these people. You're not for real about the separation. You're not for real. Because it requires a sacrifice. And if you're not willing to sacrifice, then what are you doing? Believing black women. You would think that? Nah, they ain't gonna do that, Mr. Research. Because one, that would mess with the money. Because a lot of these people using this divestment to make money. And two, they would look real stupid. They ain't gonna do that. They're not gonna be mad. They're not. Because that would kill their whole channels. See, here's another thing that people don't get when all this divestment, separation. Here's the real reality of it. And I said this on Max's panel one day. I said, a lot of these people need an enemy. Let me give you an example. The honest truth. I don't know, Mr. Richard, if you heard this guy or not, and maybe you know him, maybe you don't. I don't know if you interact with him. When he first came around, I interacted with him on BMT's channel. And he was on that black man gotta be accountable. Okay, and some of the things I agree with him. But then he started talking about white dudes, how they protect their women and all that stuff. I said, bro, white men don't protect their women like you think they do. They don't. And he was arguing, man, and I tell him, dude, I don't look up to white men like that. I don't care about a white dude like that. Well, yeah, you do. Well, yeah, I do. No, you. I said, no, I don't. No, I don't. It's so bad. A white dude had to come tell him, dude, what you saying about how they protect their women is not true. And he wouldn't listen to them. And all that time he sneaked this in. He acting like a female. But these women are cheering. Yeah, you tell him honest truth. So he going on to build his channel. And, talking about the Black Manosphere, Kevin Samuels, how they ain't shit. These women, y'all need to divest because why not divest? You need to don't date guys like me because they ain't gonna do you no good. You might as well go with your white boy, best man for the job, aka go with a white guy. But funny thing happened. Back to Cynthia G again. She said her thing about aborting black male babies. And you had this guy got Space Ghost Perp going around saying that I'm going to kill. He literally did a live stream, said, I'm going to kill black women. He played on the show. You heard him straight up. Space Ghost Perp go on the show. He talking to him like, where all this smoke that you have for these black men? See, no other black men before him, he would clown them, he would diss them, especially the ones that can't talk. They going like this, sound like Porky Pig on the goddamn on the goddamn live stream. I'm like, can you go find Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and get the fuck off the panel? He can talk to them and rail on them. But when Space Ghost Perp came up there, he was nice. He was like a kitten. It was so bad. Even Commendable K got in that guy's ass more than the honest truth. On his own shit. And you still had black women defending that shit. But the reason why they were liking him because he was going after Kevin Samuels. He was going after Black Manosphere, then the Manosphere, talking all that shit about black men. Said some goofy shit like they share those chicks. They will send a wife to screw another guy for a business deal. Have female knowledge on their brain. Yes, that's why I be like, you don't know these white dudes like you think you do. In the circles I be around, these dudes share their wives for entertainment purposes. They share these wives for anything. They don't care about these women like you think they do. They care about the image of themselves, but they don't care about these women like that. That's why that divestment thing is so silly. That swirling thing is so silly. And to piggyback that point, these black dudes thinking these white women are like that. Dude, these white women will sell themselves for a business deal. They screwing you for their husband. And guess what? After you screwed her for hours on end, she's still going back to that white boy husband. But back to the honest truth and that goofy shit. That dude got exposed for being a weak ass dude, but these women will support these weak ass dudes. But do you know why he got so popular? Because their hatred of Kevin Samuels. They need an enemy. Same thing with Cynthia G. All these talk, Cynthia G, Nyla, all them, all this talk about getting rid of the Black Manosphere, they ain't really about it. They can't. A lot of these people who talk about the Black Manosphere, Kevin Samuels, they're not really serious about it. You know what? Because if they were really serious about it, I looked at the petition that they against Kevin Samuels. As of January, you know that the amount of people that signed that petition only equal, at least it might be a little bit more now, but it was less than 3% than his subscriber count on YouTube. Instagram, about 3%. It was a little bit just at 3%. These women ain't serious about getting rid of Kevin Samuels. They need an enemy. These people need these people. These black men need a Cynthia G, a Nyla, a Black Manosphere. Because if they didn't have them, they wouldn't have no content. These women need a Tommy Sotomayor, Kevin Samuels, Obsidian. They need them because they don't have no content outside of that. Hell, I'll be honest, they don't even have no life outside of these people. I mean, this woman will get on my case on Max's panel, and she's like, "Oh, you must don't have no life." I said, "Lady, if you must be bored, you must hate. You don't have nothing to do." I said, "Lady, if 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 I want interaction with people, I go outside. I interact with people. I don't need them as my enemy. I mean, I don't need them. Well, I'll put it this way: they are my enemies. Don't get me wrong, but I don't need them as my enemy. I don't need them to make content like that. That's why I don't even mention them that much. You don't see me having video after video of Cynthia G, Nyla, Black Manosphere, these feminists. I don't have all these videos for that. Why? Because I don't need them. They don't matter to me like that. I don't care about them. If Cynthia G were to fall off the face of the earth, I would not care. Oh, damn, what happened to Cynthia G? Oh, well, next. If Kevin Samuels were to disappear, I would not care either way. It wouldn't even affect my life. Oh, damn, Kevin Samuels gone? Oh, well, next. The Obsidian were to fall off. Next. But the reality that a lot of these people are not serious about it. They're not serious. They need an enemy. They need an enemy for their content. And let's be honest, they need an enemy for life. Because if they don't have those enemies, they have to look in that mirror. That's why I said a lot of these people are not serious about separation. They're not really serious about SYSBM. They're not serious about divesting. They're not serious. Because they keep going to those same channels, even the troll, even the. And then when you tell them, hey, just leave them alone, period, every aspect. Oh, you being silly. No, I'm not being serious. I'm being serious. I'm being for real. You want to stop a lot of these dudes from acting the way they act? Stop dealing with them. You want to stop these women from acting the way they act? Stop dealing with them. Completely. If you're not willing to do that, and you're willing to do this, let's play it again because I have to keep pushing this message. Go back again. Let's play it again.
Next.
Can I just say that I find this whole blasphemous process disgusting?
Why are you sitting there watching it?
Because I want to hate it properly.
Don't you have anything better to do?
And the answer is no. A lot of these people don't have nothing better to do. They talk all about, I don't deal with these people in real life. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you effing do. And don't give me that, oh, it's for work. No, you don't. You ain't got to deal with nobody at work. You can go home, do your job, and go home. A lot of times that's what I do. I don't even talk that much. If I was really about not dealing with black women, that's what I would do. I wouldn't even talk to them. I wouldn't even talk to them. Matter of fact, I tell you, I had one coworker, light skin, high yellow black woman. I'm not a talker. I come in, I do my work. I don't interact with people that much unless they interact with me. Oh, you this woman, like you act like you don't want to talk to people. So some of these women on there, if you don't talk to them, they want to interact with you, even on some crazy shit. That's how I am. If I don't know you, I don't know you. And I ain't trying to get to know you like that. Even when I go out, different clubs, I'm not the talkative person. Now, you come talk to me, I'll talk to you. But I'm not seeking anything. Even when I go to the swing clubs, I'm not seeking couples like that. A lot of times they come to me. It's crazy. That's why, like I said, these dudes, if you were really serious about trying to get some vagina, like you say you do, why are you fussing at these women? Go to a swing club. Go to these sex clubs. I'm at a event right now. Sex everywhere. One room, sex here. One room, sex there. One room, sex over here. Everybody here. Having sex, having fun, talking, even outside of that, talking, just chilling. No stress, no drama, no gender war, no nothing. That's why I say you're not serious. And I have the power, I have the money to do that. You know why? Because I'm not that invested in women that ain't invested in me. I'm not trying to seek their approval. Even when I talk on YouTube, a lot of these women, if they show they don't like me, I ain't dealing with them. I don't have to beg women for shit. I'm not begging them to understand anything. I'm not begging them. I'm not trying to explain to them nothing. I say what I need to say, and that's it. Cause I ain't gotta explain shit to none of these women. Cause I ain't trying to fuck. I'm not trying to do business with some of these women online. I don't deal with them. I don't care. Are you good, brother Speak? Yeah, I'm fine, Charlene. How you doing? Nice to see you over here. I'm good. I'm very good. Just some things, I've been seeing that, just gotta talk about. But again, it goes back to, are you really serious about this separation? Are you really serious? And a lot of people are not really serious about it. They're just not. Because you're not willing to take it to the natural conclusion. Total separation. It's just the same with a lot of these people who are pro-blacks and all that. They say they pro-black, but they really not. I hope last night didn't trigger you. Oh no, Charlene, no, no. I'm good. There's some things that do trigger me like that, and I just talk about it. But there's a lot of stuff that been going on that you just be seeing, and you just be, and you just you don't want to just be like call it out every time, but it just at times you have to wait. You got to wait. Exactly, you got to walk the walk. You have to walk the walk. If you truly about divesting, if you truly serious about not dealing with people, it's a serious, it's all talk. Where are the men of reform? A lot of these, they ain't about reform. A lot of these people are not about reforming, changing the black community, because the reality is it requires a sacrifice. It requires a sacrifice of your entertainment. It requires a sacrifice of not dealing with these people. Divestment means not entertaining things that don't serve you. That doesn't necessarily mean being. I would agree with that. I would agree with divesting don't mean that. But that's not what's pushed. Y'all need to go look at Love Wisdom and her talk about divesting. And she explains it beautifully. And that's when kind of I've been saying, I'm like, look, if you're going to divest, if you're going to get away from these people, it's got to be, it can't be on some I hate black men, I hate black women stuff. It can't be on I hate ratchet females. It can't be on I hate these dusty dudes. It got to be I want to divest because I want a better existence for myself and whatever legacy I plan to leave this earth. That's what it has to be about. It can't be on some trolling stuff. It can't be on some ha ha. I got me a white man now. Blah blah blah. I got me a white woman. I got a Latin woman. Blah blah blah. It can't be on that. It got to be I'm trying to make a better future for me and my legacy. Whatever that legacy is, it may be children. It may be helping other people do better. But if you're not serious about that, you're playing. You're playing. And as long as you keep playing, people are not going to take you seriously. A lot of black people enable a lot of this ratchet, crazy behavior of both genders. We enable that stuff because we entertain it. We say we don't want it, but yet we entertain it time after time again. Because if you keep entertaining it, it's not going to change. Now, I know Max kind of said that they ain't, these dudes are finished. He kind of retracted that. But you know, I gotta thank Kevin Samuels for this. I gotta thank Obsidian for this. I don't think the black men are finished. I think they're adjusting. You know, there's studies that, you know, black women do better single, and you know, there's debate on that. I don't know, but the men, they do better with marriage. But I remember there's one study that was talking about this, that the men are adapting, and I think that a lot of these young men are adapting. You got to continue to see that they're not trying to deal with black women like that. They ain't trying to date them. They ain't trying to do nothing with them. They're not even trying that shaming and all that crazy shit either. Because Kevin Samuels, whether people want to believe it or not, really it turned a lot of these guys against the Black Manosphere. They ain't trying to hear that blaming, shaming, and want to clown these women. They want to know about business. They want to know about how I can live my life, and I don't have to deal with these women, period. Or if I'm going to deal with them, it's going to be on my terms. And I think that's a good thing, to be honest with you. I think that once you can deal with people on your own terms, you're not going to have this going to troll women and all that stuff. If women deal with men on their own terms, you ain't got to go over there to RBR and trolling because it's funny. You don't got to be this person. Let me do it again one more time, because I just like this part. It's funny.
Next.
Can I just say that I find this whole blasphemous process disgusting?
Why are you sitting there watching it?
Because I want to hate it properly.
Don't you have anything better to do?
I just like that clip. That was a funny one. And if y'all haven't watched Castlevania, the anime, go watch it. It's very good for a season. But that's how people are. This is how people are. And not just on YouTube, outside of YouTube. They like that. They say they don't want to deal with these type of people, but yet they deal with them. They watch them. It's entertainment. And again, if you want true separation, you want true divestment, SYSB, mental, whatever you want to do. I'm not the moral police. I'm not the whole secure the black race at the sake of your happiness. I'm not about that. But if you're going to separate, then you need to follow it to the T. And you have to be serious. Because if you're not serious, people are not going to take you serious. They're going to look at it as play. And once people really be serious about it, a change gonna come. Because I was thinking about and Sean, I don't know if you were there for that when they were talking about the whole thing about the couples and the domestic violence. I think you were there for that, but I'm trying. But one of the things I saw, they were talking about the silent generation, where a lot of the women were getting abused and they didn't have no rights. But then you come to the baby boom area where a lot of these families grew because the women were able to get some rights and the men had to adjust to that. And some of those men, even in that silent generation, they saw their mothers getting beat up and they're like, I don't want to be like my dad. I think this is sort of what you're seeing here. You're sort of going to see something like this. You're seeing a lot of these domestic violence situations, but you see a shift where now they don't want to deal with each other. But then I'm gonna say you're going to see another shift to where, okay, well, I'm by myself, but I don't have anything. I don't have a family or nothing like that. I want to have a family. So let me shift again. And I think you're going to get back to where it was when the baby boomers got there. And the difference now between then, you don't have this element of the drugs. You're not gonna, because we already know what crack does. We know a lot of the times between a lot of that stuff was lost between the 70s to 80s. A lot of it was because either economics or the drugs messing with something that nobody was prepared for. And you see with the opioid epidemic, white people got more power than us, and they can't even deal with it. So now, when that shift turns, we already know about the crack. We already know about the drugs. We already know how they get down. So now we're more prepared to avoid it. And so this is just my belief. I hope it comes true. But you're going to see a shift where people are actually coming, sitting to the table. Look, I know you don't need me. I don't need you. We're trying to get this family. Now, some people are doing it, but it's going to be more and more people doing it. I don't need you. You don't need me. You don't. But let's see what we can do so we can build this legacy. And if you say you done, we be what would it be? But let's focus on that. Now, some people are doing it, but I think it's going to be a more of a mass people. All this other silly talk about these black men, these black women, that's going to go away because it's childish. Because people are saying that you're not really serious. And the young people, like Dane was saying on her channel, on the Emily Star channel, these black women ain't trying to be baby mamas. They ain't trying to do that. The guys are like, I'm not trying to pay these child support. I'm not trying to do none of this shit. I'm not trying to get to where my daddy was or my uncles are. I'm trying to do better. And so I think there is a shift. And you got to think the Kevin Samuels of the world. You got to think the Obsidians of the world. You got to think. You got to thank those people of the world because they are ushering these boys and women, and you got to thank the Cynthia G's, the Nylas, because they're showing these. They are showing because they're showing that these people are not really serious about what they're saying. They're ushering in a new people that are saying, "Look, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to be happy, even if it means being single." That's what you're getting now. Because people are tired of the games. You're not really serious. And of course, you're still going to have broken people. I mean, there's no way you're going to stop that. But once they see that these people are not really serious, and yes, it might take a year, it might take two, it might take shorter than that because, I mean, now it's just out there now. They're going to show that these people are not really serious. And there's going to be a shift. And I believe, this is just me, it's going to be something like the baby boomers again, where after we have our period of being alone, oh, wait, I do need a family. Oh, wait, I really do want somebody in my corner. And it's going to get to a point where it's going to be negotiating time, and both sides are going to come to the table. But it's not going to be, I'm going to come over here with, they're going to have to bend the knee at the table. Nobody's going to do that because, let's be honest, nobody has to. Just like when RBR was talking about people had to have babies. Nobody's going to do that because they don't have to. Nobody has to be race loyal because they don't have to. But if they want better for their race, they're going to come to the table. That's what I believe is going to happen. And it may take a generation because this the way it is now, this element of hatred towards each other, that took generations. This didn't take a years. This took a generation. And there are a lot of things outside of us caused this, but they're not in play anymore. Or at the very least, we know what to do about it now. And now we can really get to where we need to go. And some people, yeah, you might need to separate. I'm cool with separating. If you don't want to be with a black man or a black woman, you don't have to. There is no such thing as race loyalty like that anymore. And you don't have to. There's nobody, no amount of shaming, no amount of whatever these people are going to do, and they can't put hands on you. So really, what's to stop you? But eventually, what's going to happen? When these other groups kicking your ass, kicking your children's ass, if you have them, you're going to come back to that table. And then now we got to discuss it. It may not be pretty. You may have arguments. You may have people that walk away permanently. But at the very least, people are going to come to that table. And then once we get all the grievances, all this stuff come out, down, we won't say, hey, I don't need you, but I want you. And it's going to be for selfish reasons, of course. But at least it's going to be for a benefit of what children they're going to have. That's why I don't do that. I don't do the play thing. I don't do it. I don't take a lot of people seriously on here. I don't think people really for real. But there's some people that are. And they're seeing how these people are really playing. And it's going to cause resentment. And then through that resentment, there's going to be a change. That's just what I believe. So, otherwise, people going to just keep doing this. Let's go back again one more time.
Can I just say that I find this whole blasphemous process disgusting?
Why are you sitting there watching it?
Because I want to hate it properly.
Don't you have anything better to do?
Yeah. And people are saying, no, you really don't have nothing better to do. But people are going to get better things to do. And they're going to benefit themselves more than all these other people. A lot of y'all believe it or not, Kevin Samuels is going to self-implode. But what he's going to end up doing, he's going to be a talk show host. And people are going to buy in because, again, and that red pill ideology is going to go away to dinosaur. It's not going to be as prominent. You can't take that mainstream. And all this divestment stuff, yeah, it sounds cool, but but if you're gonna keep playing, people are not gonna take you seriously. It's gonna cause for a real separation, but you have to make sacrifices. And if you're not willing to make those sacrifices, you're playing. People are not gonna take you seriously. And people are tired. Some people just get tired of playing the same game over and over again. The same arguments over and over again. At some point, they're just going to say, you know what? F it. I'm going to separate from all of you. I'm going to divest from all of you. And me, I don't blame them. I would ask YSB and myself for some of you myself. But the thing with me, I care a little too much. And that's the crux of it. I care a little too much. I care about the dudes in the Pookies and Ray Rays in the prison. I care about them too. And I try to help them out as much as I can. I care about black women. That's why I even try to help them out and talk and give my opinion on things. Cause I have respect for everybody. I have respect for some of the people they call ratchet. I have respect for them. I talk to them all the time. I got coworkers. You damn near, oh then yeah, she ratchet. Yeah, she ratchet. But guess what? Coolest people. I have conversation, have fun. It is what it is. I care. I care about black women. I care about black men. That's why I'm on here. Right? Some people say I might be triggered. And but I'm just passionate about people living their lives the best way possible and having as least amount of drama as possible. Because not just for the people, but for the children. And if we don't get this shit situated, the children are gonna follow in the same footsteps. Or they're just gonna be like, F y'all, all of y'all. Which is starting to happen. They just saying F all of y'all. I'm gonna do me. And wherever that goes is where it goes. So that's it. For the Press Speak podcast. I'd like to thank Mr. Research for coming through. Check out his channel. See Yay Latre. Check out his channel. Check out Ty City of the Logic Sphere. Check out his channel because he be talking some good stuff, helping young black men stop with the blaming, shaming, explaining, and just be about your business. I'd like to thank the Ebony Star Network and Miss Charlene for coming through, representing them. You know, they're doing their thing. They're trying to help the community, and I don't poo-poo it. I don't poo-poo trying to help the community because some people got to care. Some people got to fight for the community. Because a lot of people are not going to. Some people got to fight for the community. And I like what they're trying to do. And I will support them as much as possible. I support Mr. Research as much as possible. Ty City, BMT, even DJ Cuda, and all these people, because wherever you are on the spectrum of how you treat women and all that, and how you treat men, we do agree on one thing: is that there is a serious problem, and YouTube is just a reflection of the serious problems that we're having in our communities. And how to solve it is one way we do need to solve the problem. And it's going to have to start with us. How we interact, how we deal with these people who are supposedly our enemies. You know. But yeah, so shouts out to all of them. Subscribe to their channels. Shouts out to Polo Sports. Shouts out to Bala X. Big supporter of mine. And with that, I'm going to leave. I may come back a little later, do another podcast, and y'all have a good one. And let's go out. And don't be this person, okay? Don't be this person. It's just lame. Don't be this person.
Next.
Can I just say that I find this whole blasphemous process disgusting?
Why are you sitting there watching it?
Because I want to hate it properly.
Don't you have anything better to do?
Yeah. Find something better to do. All right, y'all. I'm out. Bye.